Another asset class, this may not be considered an asset class to other people that invest, but at Nova we consider annuities in their own right an asset class. There are 4 types of annuities: immediate, fixed, indexed, and variable. They get their names because of the way they pay out and the way that the assets are invested within the annuity. So an annuity is a contract with an insurance company that you deposit funds, and in exchange, at some point in time, immediate is immediately, but variable annuities and indexed annuities and fixed annuities, at some point in time, which will be determined in your contract, and you can choose how long you want to go out, but they will pay you an income stream. So, immediate annuities, immediately within your first year, you give them a certain amount of money, and in exchange, they start paying you an income payment for life. And they will determine the income payment based on 2 things, based on your age and based on how long you want your beneficiaries to get money. Obviously, the more people that get paid, the less the amount of money that you receive. So if you just do it on your life, your income payment will be higher than if you do it on both you and your husband or wife. Fixed annuities are just like they are sounding. They're fixed. So from the beginning in your contract, you say for 5 years you will get X amount of interest. Pretty simple. Indexed annuities are the type of annuity that they can't go down, the value can't go down, so there's no risk to the downside, but the way they determine your interest rate is by following an index. So the S&P 500 is the overall market, or the Dow Jones, or the European markets, or whatever index you choose at your time in your contract, they will give you a certain way to calculate that interest rate based on an index. So that's important because you're not actually invested in the index. It's just how they're determining your value. So for example, if your index is the S&P 500, and over a year, the S&P 500 does 5%. If your contract says that you get whatever the S&P 500 does, then your interest rate is 5%. So they will determine your interest rate based on the index. A variable annuity is just like it sounds. It's variable. So while you're depositing money and investing the annuity over time before you take income, the funds are invested in things that vary. They go up and they go down. They're called sub-accounts. So in the variable annuity, you will have different investments. You can pick any different types of investments. So within the annuity, you can own different asset classes. You can own stocks, you can own bonds, and that's your choice. The variable annuity can get very complicated. So I encourage you, if you are looking at annuities, to take our annuities course because we get very detailed into how each works and different strategies that we would recommend.